Hutton Orbital. They don't make 'em like this anymore. Health and safety won't let us.
The corridor outside Studio 6 is already alive with movement. Boots on decking, the distant thump of a ship's docking just a little harder than intended, and the constant background hum of Hutton Orbital carrying on as it always does. Busy, noisy, and only just this side of organised. Inside the studio, the res standby lights are glowing, but not yet lit. A half-finished mug of something that might generously be called coffee sits abandoned on the console. There's a stack of notes that may once have been in order. A headset lies draped over the back of a chair, and in the corner, a producer is watching the clock with quiet intensity of someone who knows exactly how little time there is left. That was a long sentence. Out in the corridor, the presenters are arriving at speed. One still adjusting a jacket, one still scanning the script, one insisting that they had the correct version not 30 seconds ago. There's a brief pause at the door, a quick exchange, a final check, levels, notes, names, and then they're in. Chair scrape, headsets go on, microphones are pulled into place. Across the desk, eyes meet, a nod. The producer raises a hand. 3, 2, and then, with perfect timing, or something very close to it, says,
"Our mics are live!" Good evening once again from here at Hutton Orbital. Hang on, why is there a fish floating over the apology officer's chair?
Because it was floating over my chair and it was in the way, so I moved it.
What's the fish doing here, though?
Looks like the backstroke to me.
It's all very fishy, if you ask me.
Okay. Well, stay tuned to find out why we've got an aquatic accompaniment this week. So, for the time being, I suppose we better get, on with the headlines. Radicoida spreading. New vector identified.
Tigger trouble as bad dog bites.
Dadmeat tests whether falling in 0.5 G hurts.
Who moved the planet? Hutton the wrong way round.
Two fish in a tank. One says, "How do you drive this thing?"
First this evening, and having had a week off broadcasting, we're playing catch-up with the news that was, back when it was new. Radicoida unica, a subject we have mentioned many times since its discovery, from the battles fought over who might have control over it, through to the potential nefarious uses as a botanical in various flavours of gin. Here at Hutton, we've been ready with our warnings regarding this new organism. Speculation has been rife as to why, given the proliferation of exobiology in the galaxy, the rest of it seems to be fairly uniformly spread and various genus and species are prolific. Indeed, in terms of galactic spread, more prolific even than humanity itself. Anyway, why is the Radicoida unica isolated to just this one planet? It may be, of course, that no one has yet discovered any more elsewhere, or, like humanity, might stem from a single point of origin and has not yet spread. Throughout nature, reproduction is the subject of much study, and more than a little tittering when it gets featured on your favourite nature programme, mostly by Deadmeat GF. While the animal kingdom appears to prefer the general approach of 1 + 1 = more than 1, direct mixing of biological material to create something new, and of course fuel evolution of species, and yes, we're aware of various exceptions to the rule, the plant kingdom is far more adventurous in attempting to spread itself elsewhere. It explodes, puffs, rolls, designs itself to hook to the fur of passing animals, expects to be eaten and pooped out somewhere else, floats, and generally is pretty adventurous when it comes to trying to end up somewhere other than just under the last tree. Which is why scientists are now postulating that Radicoida unica might just be the smartest plant in the galaxy. As with many plants, make yourself look attractive. Okay, it's a pretty colour. Then work out how to get propagated elsewhere. Probably by looking like an Easter egg on Easter Sunday. And that's the clever bit. Sit there until a spacefaring race turns up. A spacefaring race that appears to be expanding massively everywhere. And for some unknown reason, likes picking up little rugby ball-sized Radicoida seeds, and then taking them to hundreds, thousands, or even hundreds of thousands of other planets. All very carefully, low risk of damage. So the little Radicoida seeds sit there smugly in the hold, while the animal kingdom has done all the hard work of developing useful things like hands and big brains and spaceships and frameshift technology. Has it been quietly waiting for millennia for a sentient species? Did Thargoids take some home to show Tharg the Mighty? Were the Guardians fans of growing them on their windowsills? Maybe. Suffice to say, well played, little Radicoida. Well played. Our advice, though, is stay suspicious, and if everyone starts turning blue and saying things like brains and chewing it on each other in forthcoming months, don't say that we didn't warn you.
This week, Nurse Wyeth had to demonstrate exactly why she is the go-to medical professional over at Hutton. No, it's not because she's the only fully qualified individual at the orbital, and no, it's not just because of her use of the cold sponge and rapid application of there as a pain relief mechanism. Nor is it because her exposure to the Galnet Rare team's return to the station gives her a unique insight into the many ways that humans can injure themselves. It's because of the dogs. As regulars at Hutton will know, the orbital maintains a detachment of Momus Bog Spaniels as a security team. Alvin Deefer, Hutton Orbital's erstwhile waggy, fluffy leader, is of course a leader of the four-legged toothy variety. So having his own personal guard of duck-imitating short-legged security spaniels is not in and of itself unusual. Hutton is a dog place. All the bars have little bowls magnetically attached to the floor, or hamster-style little sippy bottles that thirsty, hard-working spaniels can use to top up their fluids. There are dog biscuits on nearly every counter. That said, the admission process for Momus Bog Spaniels is a competitive one, and there are a lot of dropouts along the way. You have to have exactly the right kind of temperament, not be startled by ships crashing into pads, but then again still able to chew the arse out of the flight suit of any marauding pirates. Most Bog Spaniels who fail during the application process leave Hutton and go somewhere planetside, where they'll fit in a little better. There are a few, however, who stay, and of those, there are a few who might have earned the sobriquet of Bad Dog. It turns out this week that one such petulant pooch has been arrested after a visiting dignitary from LHS 340, known as Tigger, was brutally and without warning set upon by a rogue bundle of fluff. Tigger didn't really notice, as Tigger's huge, and Momus Bog Spaniels aren't. But Dead Meat GF, on one of his day release excursions from the Naughty Step, spotted that Tigger was sporting a little bit of starboard side leak of the red variety after the encounter. If you think Nurse Wyeth is good at looking after us humans when we've done ourselves a wickedness, you've not seen the 5-star gold service that she gives our four-legged friends. With advanced degrees in biology, botany, zoology, dentistry, medicine, pharmacology, reflexology, xenobiology, and of course vetology, we have no idea what it should be called, so we're calling it that, you won't find a more thoroughly versed individual in making good boys feel better. Suitably stitched back together, and with enough preventative pills in him to have him immune to just about everything for the next year, Tigger has been fitted with a special cone of shame and sent home to recuperate. Meanwhile, the rogue spaniel has been evicted from the station and sent for re-education with the mad monks of Van Marnen. And Alvin is said to be furious that said four-legged menace has let the side down. Get well soon, Tigger, old boy.
On the subject of Dead Meat GF, while Tigger was recovering under the tender ministrations of Nurse Wyeth, he took the opportunity to do a little planetary sightseeing. As he's not often allowed to leave LHS 340 and most often interacts with the rest of the galaxy by entering the weekly Hutton quiz, more on that later, mostly by writing answers via the LCD screen on his calculator, he was seen by Hutton board officials to be quite excited. Dave Document Stampit, senior customs and border official at Hutton Docking Pad Control, distinctly remembers him.
Yeah, he was all dressed up ready for an expedition. He even had his lunchbox in one hand, and his other hand on a rather unused-looking Apelian rifle. Huge backpack on, and it looked like he'd even made some sandwiches for the trip.
Continued after looking at his clipboard.
It was a little odd, though, when he handed over his documentation. It appears it was under the name Drew Peacock. I'm sure it was dead meat, though. Dead ringer. Maybe that old tale about everyone having a doppelganger out there in the universe is true. Or maybe he was in Mufti or Incognito or something.
Whoever he was and whatever name he went by, it appears that he went on a little tour of newly colonised Hutton space for the day. Which would have been fine, if inexplicably the same kind of misidentification that happened at the border appears to have happened again planet-side. Landing via Apex Taxi on the pad, the day tripper popped down the ramp, walked towards the big arch on the way, and, as happens most times, when stopped, waited for the local security to scan him.
Put your hands where I can see them,
said the officer. Or at least that's what we think he said, as the camera feed didn't include audio. We've been lip reading.
Let go of your lunchbox, sir.
And then,
dead or alive, you're coming with me.
By laser fire. At this point, our day tripper broke into a full low-gravity run, more like a bunny hop, away from the settlement and back towards the Apex Taxi, which, as they do, lifted off just as he reached the pad. Sprinting, yes we know, bouncing, at speed across the pad for the nearest bit of cover and shelter, the figure can be seen leaping a boulder, and then vanishing. It appears that this particular settlement was built on the edge of a cliff. Security appear not to have pursued any further. Back at Hutton, Immigration Control Officer Dave Stampit did have this to say.
Well, I thought it was dead meat, but then it appears it wasn't. But then, watching the arrivals, I'm sure it was him coming back, looking a little worse for wear.
Informed our reporter.
Odd thing, though,
He said quizzically.
His paperwork had another different name. Cliff Jumper. Next up tonight, a number of our listeners have been writing in asking why the station appears to have been pointing in the wrong direction on a few occasions over the last 10 days or so. Mainly, it has been from those rather more well-to-do commanders who have their quarters on the side of the station that has the best view of Eden, which, although it's a horrid, inhospitable place that you wouldn't want to go and visit despite its name, can look quite pretty, in the right light, with the sun behind it, and the face in shadow. A situation that many gin-sodden Hutton truckers will be familiar with on a night out after a few too many. They have instead been faced with the majestic firmament, the heavens, the starlit night sky, the Milky Way stretching out as far as the eye can see, and based on our knowledge of human biology and the size of the universe, probably actually a long way beyond that too. With only the flashing lights and engine trails of a few passing ships for company, they were nevertheless confused. Why and how the station was pointing in the wrong direction? The answer, as with most other things at Hutton, is plumbing. In an ever-waged war against the plumbing that serves Cubicle 3, and taking note of historical records from this very week in the year 2026, the Hutton Orbital Plumbing Triage Operations and Investigation Team, that's HOP to it, turned up some records from an ancient Artemis II flight. At the time, the furthest anyone had ever travelled from Sol 3. It turns out that, like Hutton, it had a few plumbing issues. While in future years and centuries, waste recycling to turn byproducts into bottled water became the norm, even these days shipboard what goes out down, what comes down is processed, and what volume becomes too much to handle goes out. Yeah, there's a vent on the side of the station. The ins and outs of this actual plumbing system and how it works in 0G have been discussed in every phone call to every satellite, space station and orbiting installation in every year since man or woman first started living in space. Usually to school kids, who like asking about such things. Byproducts enter a part of the system where your number 2s and your number 1s are separated by viscosity. Then the lumpier bits are treated with highly acidic solution to stop them forming nasty films on things. Then, suitably treated, and should they not be sent for reprocessing, they're pumped to the outside of the station and via a special sphincter, ejected. Which, as Artemis II discovered, doesn't work if your sphincter is frozen. The solution is turn the station sunwards, melting any mass and allowing things to flow freely. Which would have been the perfect solution, spinning the station so that the sun side gets a balmy baking. The actual problem? The chemical treatment turned the 2s turgid, brick-like, unable to move through the tubes without a lot of pushing and noise. Unfortunately, records relating to Artemis III and what they did about this problem have been lost to time, meaning that at the moment, Hutton will continue to occasionally spin the sphincter to the sun and apply a good old-fashioned flush and plunge approach to all things you leave in Cubicle 3.
And finally this evening, you remember the old joke, 2 fish in a tank, one says to the other, how do you drive this thing? Well, scientists working for Canon Interstellar say they've been developing an entirely new kind of 0G fish tank, designed specifically for use on spacecraft and on orbital platforms that are not simulating gravity by rotation. In stations with spin gravity, conventional wall-mounted aquaria are still common enough. But in true 0G, the challenge has never really been the fish. It's been the container. Without gravity to pull it down into the shape of a bowl or tank, water naturally draws itself into a rounded blob, held together by surface tension. In principle, that means you can have a floating volume of water large enough to support aquatic life. The difficulty is that it's still an exposed liquid. It remains wet. It sticks to whatever it touches, and if disturbed, it can break into smaller droplets, which is not ideal in close proximity to electronics, air systems, or the drinks cabinet. So, while the idea of a goldfish floating gently across your cabin has obvious appeal, it has so far remained impractical. Canon Interstellar says it may now have a solution. Its materials science team, working with marine biologists, has reportedly developed a transparent molecular membrane, which forms around the outside of the water itself. The science behind it is not entirely fictional. Certain molecules naturally arrange themselves into very thin layers at the boundary between water and air. Canon's claim is that by engineering that boundary, they can give the water sphere a stable outer skin, one that remains clear, flexible, and strong enough to stop the habitat from smearing itself across the nearest bulkhead. Dr. Marina Pike, Canon's lead researcher in applied aquatic systems, says the breakthrough came when the team stopped trying to design a better tank and instead focused on designing a better water surface. She said,
In microgravity, the behaviour of liquids is dominated far more by surface forces than by weight. Once you control the interface, you can control the habitat.
Of course, keeping the water in one place is only part of the problem. The fish still need oxygen, the plants still need support, and the whole system still needs to remain stable. A normal aquarium depends heavily on gravity. Bubbles rise, waste settles, and water circulates in predictable ways. In 0G, that all changes. Free bubbles can linger in the wrong places, and water flow has to be managed much more carefully. Canon's answer is a bubble-free aeration system built into the habitat mount, allowing gases to diffuse through a membrane rather than being pumped through as visible bubbles. The plants, meanwhile, are anchored into a porous internal structure shaped like a miniature space station, giving smaller fish somewhere to shelter while also providing a stable base for aquatic growth. That central structure may also help the fish orient themselves. In a world without up or down, a fixed visual reference appears to reduce stress and encourage more natural movement. Canon insists it is not training fish to pilot the habitat. It does admit, however, that some test species have already discovered that pushing against the internal structure can send the entire sphere drifting slowly across a compartment. So perhaps the old joke is not quite as far from reality as it once seemed.
And that was the news for this week. Thank you very much, everybody. Ah, dear, where's my video gone? I seem to have broken it. What video have we got here? There we go. I'll put a video up on screen. It's a Cobra Mark III. We've seen that one before. I still think we should petition to have the new ships in this this spinny rotation thing.
Definitely.
Yep. I want to see a Type 8 spinning on the table. Anyway, well, welcome to the studio this week. A tiny collection fewer of us than normal, but we do have command of our carriers. Good evening.
Good evening, Hutton Orbital.
I'm loving the idea of this fish tank. You know, fish without the tank is the premise here. You know, the blob of water with a fish in it floating around, but a blob of water that's not going to make things wet.
Well, that's Canon for you. They're all about figuring out what we can do without common sense.
Well, yes,
edible cheese, you know.
I mean, I won't deny that it's a very attractive ornament to have floating around in the Hutton Orbital bar, bouncing off the walls, and having a fish just float past your face.
If you had two of them, could you have flying fish and get them to migrate from one to the other?
Yeah, well, the membrane, I think, would probably prevent that.
If they got a good head of speed, they might be okay. Should be able to break the surface tension.
Yeah, and of course, the fish not knowing which way is up, you've sort of got an upside down fish and a sideways fish. It's the old Star Trek analogy, if you know what I mean. It's amazing how all the spaceships all end up the same way round.
Yeah, pure coincidence. It's just blind luck.
Yep.
This is also dangerously close to the quite intelligent fish figuring out how to play fishball.
Yes. Well, quite intelligent fish working out how to manoeuvre their bubble over one of the control pads and then poking buttons with their nose. Do fish have noses? Beak?
I'm sure.
No. Some have beaks. Parrotfish have beaks. Mouths. Fins. Anyway, yeah, so, fish could become a spacefaring species at this rate, without help from us. Talking of spacefaring species, Flossy, you've been watching the CGs all about the Radicoida unica over the last few weeks.
Uh-huh.
Do we have some reports on that?
Yes, I've got reported my bit later on, yes.
But, this concept of this plant just sitting on the planet saying, come on, humans, hurry up. I feel like spreading to another planet. I mean, it is a very novel way of spreading your seed, as they say. Wait for somebody to come and pick you up and put you in their spaceship. I don't know what kind of biological evolutionary processes would end up at that one, unless they've come across spacefaring species before, of the 8-sided variety, or the, I don't know, technologically advanced but now completely dead variety.
Yeah.
Or, yeah, as was said, is it just coincidence that they look just like Easter eggs on Easter Sunday? Thank you very much for Vicarious for that one. Yes. Is there more to this story, or is that it?
I think there might be more to it. Pretty
Oh,
sure.
is that your crystal
I
ball?
think, yeah. Yeah, just me. I don't know. There
Well, I
is
hope there
a
is.
bit
And
of
I hope
chat about.
I hope it's not
Yeah.
zombies. Though with the forthcoming operations update that we're looking at, are we going to be fighting pirates inside these space stations, or is it going to be blue-skinned Radicoida infested zombies? Is
Yeah,
the next?
who knows?
We've had Odyssey, and all these sort of DLCs. Is the next evolution of it going to be elite zombies?
Who knows?
Anyway, we've also got, talking about elite zombies, Lithobreaker.
Hello.
Hello. How
Or should
are
that
you?
be brains?
Yes, you were
I'm
one of the
generally good,
party
thank you.
who was missing last week, but this was because you were out on a hot date, I understand.
Yes, indeed. It was a foursome at that.
Oh, my goodness gracious me. And how was dinner?
It was delicious. So good we brought the rest home and had it for lunch the next day.
In a doggy bag.
In a pizza box.
Right, well, okay.
Bet you can't guess what we had, though.
Was it pizza?
Oh, how did you guess?
Well,
How did you know that? Have you been spying on me again?
I can smell it from here. All the basil.
Yeah, that was the garlic.
Oh, the garlic as well, yeah. So talking of doggy bags, though, back from restaurants, yes, the article about poor Tigger.
Yeah, poor little lad.
Well, I was
poor
saying
big
little.
lad.
Yeah, I was
Poor
going to say
enormous lad.
Tigger is not a little dog, is Tigger?
No. He's about 18 and a half foot tall and 3 inches wide.
Yes, a racing
Fairly
Tigger,
average for a
as
greyhound.
they say.
Yes.
Not one of these miniature greyhounds, an actual sort of great big leggy thing.
No, a full-on Maxichy greyhound.
We're talking Zoltan Hound of Dracula kind of sized. If anybody
And
ever
then a
watched the Hammer Horror special.
I remember it well.
Yeah, anyway, that
It
sort of
was every bit
size.
as bad as it sounds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brilliant
Yeah,
movie.
Poor little lad had an unexpected impact with the teeth of a spaniel.
Yes, and now, generally speaking, one doesn't associate spaniels with sort of teethy behaviour.
No, generally
I mean, there's
not.
barky behaviour, and there is sort of boop you with my nose behaviour, and there's roll around for a tummy tickle behaviour. Or there might be sort of grab your arm in a playful fighting fashion, but don't actually puncture the skin kind of behaviour. But I've never heard before of a rogue spaniel like this.
No, it's somewhat surprising. Well, to
Anyway.
be fair, I mean, the actual outer membrane of the greyhound variety of dog is weaker than the surface tension of your average puddle of water. So
Yes,
it doesn't take a lot of impact to cause red to leak out
yeah.
everywhere.
To puncture Tigger.
Yeah.
But anyway, apparently Tigger didn't actually notice this was happening until Deadmeat, who was walking Tigger, sort of noticed that there may be some leaking coming out of one side of Tigger. At which point Tigger had to go and see Nurse Wyeth.
And
get
always
stitches.
worrying when it's the dog that you're walking. Yeah.
Yeah, and then obviously had to have tons of medicines because these dog bites aren't great things. And then, well, it wasn't actually a cone of shame, though. It had to wear a muzzle to stop biting at the wound site. And so we've
the
had
muzzle of
photographs
shame.
of poor Tigger lying there looking very, very sad with a muzzle on.
Yeah. Poor lad. He's not even the bitey one.
No, I mean, Tigger is the softest thing. I mean, around other dogs and people and whatever else you could ever possibly meet. Anyway, so we're just going to send a get well soon to Tigger from here in the studio.
Indeed.
We don't know whether Dead Meat GF is actually tuned in this week or not. Sometimes he does. Well, we'll be able to tell by quiz o'clock, won't we?
Boobily so.
Yes. For anybody that's familiar with what happens during the quiz, he was very likely, if he is about, to be writing things in his calculator on screen again.
And are there indeed an ample number of places to write things in this quiz?
Oh, there's ample boobs in the quiz this week.
So I'm going to ask the obvious question first. Has there been any more news from Frontier about anything?
No.
No.
Operationally, no.
I thought we were supposed to have a... Sorry, I'm chewing on... Flossy brought some sweeties in for me, so I'm chewing them at the moment. So I thought...
Operations should be later this month, but I checked. I checked the forum. I checked X. I couldn't see anything apart from screenshots.
No patches, nothing, no updates.
No, just Easter eggs.
Yeah.
Not of the hidden variety.
Okay, so Commoner Garden, ordinary, nothing. Okay. Well, I suppose by the end of the month we might have something about operations. Now, was it news about operations, or was it something? Was it actually operations theoretically later this month?
I think it's the latter. I don't have the little roadmap up, but I'm fairly sure April had new ship and operations at the same time.
Oh, another new ship. Ooh.
Well, yeah, because there were several this year. So we've had the Kestrel Mark II, which was in February. Then I'm pretty sure there was one in April, two in the middle of the year, then one in autumn, then one in winter.
Yeah.
I'm just looking at it now. February Kestrel Mark II, April operations redacted vessel, summer redacted redacted vessel.
Yep, double vessel in summer. Then we get a feature overhaul and another vessel in autumn, and then just a vessel in winter.
Feature reboot. CQC. Reboot CQC. Woohoo! Well, that's an interesting question, because obviously if operations is supposed to be you can join it from anywhere like a queuing system, it could dovetail nicely into a CQC kind of update.
Certainly could.
Then again, the way it was described, he kind of hinted at, not named specifically, but the way it was described in that last Frontier video, it sounds like BGS kind of.
Oh no, that means more learning. Oh no.
Mm-hmm. We'll work it out.
The comment that stuck out was what commanders do with it, which I don't know how it would apply more to BGS than to CQC. And it would also fit the theme, if you think about power play overhaul, and kind of also how, just before that, how the Thargoid War progressed, not literally, but in how the tech progressed. It gave players more agency, and then power play gave players more direct agency. So probably, I'm thinking things like expansions will probably get more direct agency about exactly where it expands to where.
Fair enough. I mean, given that we're expanding at a ridiculous rate, number of new systems.
Yeah,
are we
exactly
more systems than originally existed? I think there are now, aren't they?
Oh, very much so, several times. So the original number of systems before Trailblazers was 20,485, or is it 20,584, somewhere around there. And there are now well over 100,000. There's probably 150,000 or so by now.
Yeah, and that rapidly becomes sort of unmanageably big, or is there any point
yes,
managing it?
Under the old BGS system, especially with regard to expansion, yes. And that would be an excellent additional point I totally forgot to mention, in favour of it being the BGS, as that they could also then answer the problems with Trailblazers and expansions by overhauling the BGS. So,
okay. Well, we'll obviously wait for more news on this one. I'm just glancing through the window at the green room over there. We have Taran 4295 saying passengers. A rework on passengers.
Yep.
Which would tie into a passenger ship being released. I like your thinking there, Taran.
Yeah. That does actually sound quite good. I know some commanders with passengers, they say it's kind of it's the sort of thing which you shouldn't so much have to go to the passenger lounge and then they just say like you have to take passengers to a particular place. It should be more you're going to somewhere anyway and you want to see who wants to hitch a ride.
Oh, I'm off to Hutton Orbital. Anybody want to come with me? No fear. Yeah.
Sounds of crickets and tumbleweeds.
Okay. Right. Well, is there anything else before we move on to the next bit? Because the next bit is, it's there's not much of it, but it's important. Because this week's space news is big news.
There is quite a lot of it, but it's all about the one thing.
Mm-hmm.
Or rather, the two thing.
Shall we go there then?
I think we should.
news, space 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 news. So where do you want to start? Should we start with as we meant to go on from earlier?
Yeah, the Artemis 2 cubicle 3-story.
Yep, sounds good to me. So tell us all about this one. And we didn't make this story up at all, did we? This was genuine.
No. Basically, the sequence of events was successful launch, successful on-orbit manoeuvring, successful periapsis raise burn, unsuccessful test of toilet facilities. And whilst it's all well and good to turn around and say, I told you to go before we set off, when it's a 10-day journey, it's a bit difficult to keep your legs crossed for that long. So the only toilet on board really needed to work. And it didn't. And it turns out that the pipes were frozen.
Well, that's one of the ideas was the pipes were frozen. But it turns out that might not be the case, because they did spin the capsule to face the sun to defrost that side, and it didn't help.
Yeah. I thought it helped the first time, but not so much the second.
Yeah, because there was something else going on.
Apparently it is the second most expensive toilet ever built. But I don't know what the most expensive one was.
The one in the ISS, I would imagine, because that's permanent and has to be used
And
continuously all the time for lots of people.
Yeah. Actually, I think there's a couple on the ISS, and they've got one on each of the dock capsules as well. So you don't so much get queues forming there.
For those of you wondering where it is at the moment, there we go. Up on screen.
Well on its way back. You may notice, given that that's a live view, that there are fewer little dots on there than there were when it first took off. Because there were meant to be 3 course correction burns on the way out to the moon to make sure that they absolutely nailed the orbit. The first one was so accurate they scrapped the other 2.
Yep, it is currently... let's do the kilometres. What they're saying here, 217,243 to 1... Yeah, kilometres.
I already put miles into the converter, so it was about 0.7 light seconds.
Right. Okay. And let's have a look. What else can we find out on this one? So we've got status go on all of the crew, which is Reed, Victor, Christina, and Jeremy. All looks good. So yeah, it is currently looking good. So the next thing they've got is what's the next dot? The return log. T plus 7 days. Isn't that the next? That's the sort of re-entry, initial re-entry burn, isn't it?
No,
re-orbit
at this point, I think. Yeah. No, they're not orbiting. It's coming straight back in. But yeah, basically, as of now, they're just starting to stow gear, because this time tomorrow they'll be basically on final approach. UK time, they are due to hit the water somewhere around 1 o'clock Saturday morning. So about, 28 hours from now?
Okay.
I'm just seeing all the science goals have been met. All of the technical tryouts, apart from the toilet, have worked beautifully. Flight control systems being good. Life support's been good. Comms has been good. The view's been spectacular. They went further than any man or woman or thing from Alpha Centauri has gone before. Yeah, fantastically successful flight.
Do we need to repeal? Do we need to repeal Sod's Law after you've said all that?
Yeah, let's yes, negate that one quick. So far. There we go.
So far.
So they've already done 200 kilometres in the time that we started showing this on screen. So it's going jolly quickly at the moment.
And accelerating, because that's how gravity works.
Absolutely. And let's zoom in on Orion. Let's zoom back to the moon. Now, so they went... actually, the main Artemis 2 article, let's put this one up. So they went out there, they went round it, they went further than ever before on the way round. There were some rather silly questions.
And they saw bits that had never been seen before as well.
Yes, and for the benefit of those people who were writing in saying, but how can they see it's dark on the far side of the moon, you muppet, is all I'm going to say. I'm not going to explain it on this particular show, apart from to say, you muppet. What do you think happens when it's dark on our side of the moon? Anyway.
Well, you go further.
Yes. So I mean, some joyous tales were out there. And when they got round to the far side of the moon, they did some observations, and I do understand they made a collective decision along with Mission Control to do a bit of naming while they were around there as well. Do you want to field that one, or do you want me to field that one?
I didn't actually know that one. So.
Oh, right. So the late wife of one of the astronauts. They've actually named one of the craters they've spotted with the human eye. It's obviously been seen before by cameras on other orbiting spacecraft, but they're seen with the human eyes. And I understand they have named one of the craters after one of the astronauts' late wife.
Very appropriate.
Very appropriate, and quite a touching thing to see as well. The crew and everybody else, and the agreement from ground control, and yeah, a really healthy, positive thing. So well done them.
Yeah.
For basically behaving like the best of us, if you know what I mean. They've got loads of pictures. They took some good cameras with them. They have been beaming 4K pictures back as well. Now, this is obviously previous missions have had little sort of grainy things and maybe got some video footage when they got back. But they've actually managed to beam us 4K pictures using lasers, apparently. Really precisely targeted laser communications, which has meant the lag on communications been because they've enough data there. They've not had to decode it as well too badly on the way back. But they've been getting a lot of data at high speed. The lag on communications was only around a second, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's not that far to the moon.
Sol 3, Sol 3A is about 1.3 light seconds from Sol 3. Yeah.
Okay, so about a second.
Well, that's each way. So the round trip time is 2.5.
Round trip is double it for round trip.
Okay, but as they got further away, I mean, it looks like they've had fun. B, they've done what they were sent to do. The capsule seems to have worked mostly, and they've got a re-entry when they'll be sort of flying through the atmosphere at many thousands. What's the speed they're actually? I'm just trying to read.
It looked when looking at the counter, it seemed to be around 1,200 kilometers a second.
Right, as they enter the atmosphere.
Oh no, I don't know about that.
No, I was going to say, well, they've got a break from that speed, so at some point they're going to hit it around that speed and then start to slow down.
Hopefully, by the time they get down to the ground, they'll be going at approximately 0 kilometers per second.
25,000 miles an hour. There we go. Yowza.
Yeah, it's scary numbers.
And they got to slow down into a gentle parachute drop and go plop in the sea, and they get picked up, and everybody goes, "Yay!" That's the theory. But well done them, and well done, obviously, NASA, for managing to do something that we did last 50 years ago.
Yes.
But they've done it with slightly newer technology. What we now want to do is go more than we did 50 years ago. Next. Yep. Which I think they're planning for Artemis 3, yeah?
Artemis 3 is going to be orbital maneuvering in Earth orbit with whatever they're going to be using as a landing craft.
Right.
So they'll be practicing docking, maneuvering, alignment, all that sort of stuff. What they did on Apollo 9 in the previous iteration.
Yes, and then after that, they're going to try actually bouncing it off the surface and boogieing around and playing golf and waving flags and those kind of things. And I've actually managed to get a live view. That is actually a live view, not a picture there. So that is a live laser cast video view. That is backwards towards the moon, isn't it?
Yes.
Looking at that,
pretty sure this is the first time they've actually put a camera in space good enough to keep up with the new laser comm systems. Because the previous craft they sent up with them was the Psyche mission to do the testing of the laser comms.
Yep.
And they literally didn't have anything on board it that could generate video good enough, so they had to send some pre-recorded cat videos to send back.
Cat media. I knew there was a reason for cat media existing. It's a nostalgia thing. Right, okay. Understood.
Yeah. But this time, live footage from very good quality cameras. And it's great to see.
You want to sit staring at this, seeing is like, where are the Thargoids? What you want is just a Thargoid to drift into shot briefly on that one. At which point,
top right, frame shift anomaly detected.
Oh yeah, somebody needs to edit that kind of thing into these videos, definitely.
But don't forget the other Muppet commentary though of Where Are All the Stars?
Yes, those are very far away and quite dim, and the big bright lit spaceship near you is really bright.
Yeah, and cameras auto-compensate.
Yes.
Yeah, there's a thing called exposure,
Well,
which is in time, in seconds.
That's going to get you arrested again if you do that. And Flossy will blush.
And probably hit you with a pan.
Yes, absolutely. Wouldn't you, Flossy?
Ow, not me.
Have we lost Flossy? Or are you still there, Flossy?
Sorry, I was pressing the wrong button. Sorry.
Yeah, we did notice you were pulling faces, but and mouthing words at Volcarius, like "Don't you dare expose yourself." And then
she pulled out the wok instead of the frying pan and decided it wasn't that severe an infraction.
And she whacked him over the head.
You didn't hear me laughing then. Oh hell.
Okay, well, I mean, other than sort of Artemis, and a bit more Artemis, I think that's most of our space news, isn't it?
It is really,
and rightly so.
Okay.
I mean, everything else pales into insignificance compared to that one.
In which case, that's the end of the space news. I remembered my microphone button that time.
Space news, 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 space news.
Oh no, I've just scrolled down.
Do we have a word of the week?
I've just scrolled down. Uh-oh.
Sounds ominous.
Uh-oh. Well, hang on a second. Emergency.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to find one quick.
I don't know.
No, we've had that one. We've had that one. My goodness, we've been doing this long enough. I'm going through... no, can't have that one. That one's rude. No, that one's not rare enough. No, that one is...
Yeah, everyone says contrafibularities.
Ooh, okay, got one for you. Go on then. There you go. It's in.
Sign deck dosh.
Pardon, Flossie?
Next dosh. I don't know. Put a pronunciation with it.
Well, a cynic dosh. A cynic dosh. Okay, somebody ask what it means quick while I'm looking up, making up a sentence.
What does that even mean?
Flossie, what does it mean? What's a cynic dosh?
Oh, sorry. A cynic dosh is a figure of speech that uses a part to represent a whole.
And can you use it in a sentence?
Can you use that in a sentence?
Well, just cover for me. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to write one quickly. Hang on. Yes. Hang on, Mr. Dusty's helping out on this one, please. What do we think of Saturday? So it's hang on a second. It's a figure of speech that uses a part to represent a whole. Oh, okay. So we're talking about like a head to represent cattle, or wheels to talk about a car.
Ah,
Is a cynic dosh.
Yeah. Well, that's actually quite an interesting word.
Yes, I'm just trying to think.
is that like when people say ball bag to represent a politician?
Yes, I suppose so.
Or something whole?
Yes, that's something whole, and everybody knows who you're talking about. Is that something whole resigned yet, or
Or being
I saw
impeached?
I saw
Sorry,
a
yeah, okay. Sorry, go on then.
I saw a fleet carrier in Hutton space like a year ago called Supermassive Back Hole.
Over.
This doesn't have anything to do with the word.
No. There we go. I put. Can you use it in a sentence?
Integrity, is there anything we can do to help?
Oh, hell!
your
They've broken in.
efficiency? Integrity, is there anything we can do to help
No,
your
stop.
efficiency here? We can
Yeah, I did. I did say in the studio chat that the Artemis stream is giving some audio noise there, and
Oops.
still is.
It's gone now. It's gone now. Right.
Oh.
So Cynic Doge, can we use it in a sentence?
Yes, we can.
Hey, Reed,
Over
we are
the
just a couple of
Gnosis.
commands away from getting everything
That's
squared
not
Yeah,
me.
for you.
It's not me.
not me either.
3 lab coats spilled coffee in the corridor.
So over at the Gnosis, 3 lab coats spilled coffee in the corridor. Is that a Cynic Doge?
Yeah, because the lab coat. You're not. It's not literally the lab coats that spilled the coffee. It's the people wearing the coats, isn't it? So,
Let's face it, it was probably LCU all 3 times, just 3 of his clones.
Okay, yeah, so it is using a figure of speech to represent the whole thing.
yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, like you can
is all hands on deck then?
Yes, because your hand is being used to represent the staff, and you could like if you're going hunting, you call people guns, or if you've got some officials, you can call them suits.
Yeah, or the moustaches at table 7 want some more chips.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, right, okay. Fair enough. We need more brains on this problem.
Yes, yeah. That's exactly.
That would be a Cynic Doge. No, I thought I'd try and raise up a who's being phrasbotic and what? It was say phrasbotic for a future
it's a joke word. It's actually phrasmotic in the script of Blackadder. I said contrafibularities earlier. So well done, Aidan, at least for getting that reference.
Yes, well done, Commander Aiden. Okay, well that was the word of the week, the Cynic Doge of the week. We'll have to try and
Eventually.
You could say we need more mugs in this convoy, meaning Hutton truckers as opposed to actual mugs, and that one
Yeah.
would be a double entendre of the non-rude variety.
Yep.
Or saying the studio was short 1 headset and 3 functioning brain cells. Headset meaning a presenter. Okay, I sort of get it.
Brain cells were the presenters.
Well, yes. 1 between 3, isn't it? We've got to share.
We're short 3. We're short 3 brain cells.
I think
which
we
means we've
should-
got
talking
one
of brain
between the
cells-
4 of us. Yeah.
Talking of brain cells, should we go and do some quizzing?
We should.
Yeah.
Where am I going to?
which
I'm
probably
going
means-
to. Hang on a second.
Which
There we
probably
go.
means I should find the link.
What, you mean to quiz.iniv.space?
Yes, I do. So, speaking of which, welcome to this show's quiz. It's not which everyone is welcome to join over at quiz.iniv.space in a browser window on the side or with a mobile device, as also linked in the chat. This week, it's another 3 rounds of thrice sought phrases, each of which are partially perforated with 1 or more words extricated and yeetified. Once again, Mr. Dusty has derped in to disallow, discombobulate, and destroy part of each phrase, and you get to repair, recombobulate, and reallow them, after consulting VAR, of course. Everyone listening live is very welcome to mind the gaps over at quiz.iniv.space now or at any time during the quiz to join in. And remember, the amount of blanks in the question don't indicate the answer, and good, funny, or clever guesses get bonus points. So we have.
Is this sort of where we take the bleep test? But we have a different kind of bleep test to military types. Ours is how many times we get bleeped during a show. Anyway.
Right, and Studio 6 should be presenter. There we go. Right, that's all ready. Yeah, I think it's a slightly lighter studio this week, but that's okay. And we still have a good number of people.
Well, we did change the bulb.
Yeah, and hopefully Litho or whoever is ready with thingy button.
Detonation in 10 seconds.
There we go.
You haven't asked the first question yet. That's not fair.
That was just
I'll answer it quickly.
Right, okay, I'll set that to live and then begin in a moment.
While you're doing that, if anybody's got the Hutton Tiki Tapper, you want to put out the word of the week in there for us while we're doing this bit as well? I'm just trying to distract Litho so he doesn't get as many right.
I normally come about halfway down the table, or worse.
That's only after a few gins.
There we go. Okay, round 1 is modules. Various module names, and a part of it's missing. And hopefully there's only one module that matches each one. And let's have the first phrase. Phrase 1. Frame shift drive brackets what?
Ooh, there's more than one.
Yeah. Well, there should only be one that fits that at least.
But the number of dashes doesn't equate to anything important.
It does not, no. Neither the number of words nor the length of words. So just so people get the right idea, this is a module name. These are all module names.
Oh, module name. Oh, okay. I was going with a message it said out loud. Operating beyond safety limits, you know.
That's round 3. You're foreshadowing.
Oops. Oh, in which case, copy that one to my clipboard.
That's the other answers are also quite good.
So I'm going to switch my brain. So these are all module names.
Yes, it's the name of a module. So there is a module that fits that pattern, if you like.
Well, so I could just post a blank, can't I?
Maybe that one. The concept was a little bit difficult.
Okay. But it's missing words.
It's yeah.
No, at the start as well, because you can't have the word guardian on front of it, can you?
Well, it depends. If there's a because the blank isn't. Firstly, the blank isn't at the
there,
start,
is
that's
it?
where
So
you
yes,
wanted.
yeah.
If you we're also coming up to 2 minutes on this one.
Well, yeah, you confused me now. Okay.
Button.
Detonation in 10 seconds.
I've just worked it out after the boom went. Oh, bother.
Module 2. Cytoscrambler what laser?
It has a longer name than just the word cytoscrambler?
It does, yes. It is not just called a cytoscrambler.
Oh, I can't believe I got that last one after 2 minutes and a bong. And, mutter. Okay.
I was just about to type what I think is the answer to this one into the headlines then. It would have been scrolling across the bottom of the screen.
Well, that would see who's paying attention to what's happening on screen, is if we wrote the answers out on screen and see if anybody managed to get them wrong.
You know, the quiz system actually, I've never used it, but the quiz system also has a little message broadcast feature as well. Do you want to see it?
Hints. Give us a hint.
Okay, here's a hint.
Mug. Oh, there we go. Very, very good. Yes. Go on then, bong.
That was not a hint, by the way.
Etching. It's the word etching.
I didn't see it. I was too busy trying to sort out the word of the week.
Module 3. What field neutralizer?
Corn?
Pick your own.
Yeah, that reminds me of a good old. It was that Two Ronnies joke when they were doing the crossword. It was it's red, it smells, and it's often picked in the garden. Something OSE. Like when it could be nose.
Oh,
It's
one
like
of
it's often
those,
found in the
yes.
bottom of a budgie cage, something IT.
Right.
Detonation
Left.
in 10 seconds.
We should have a wrong
And
answers
we-
only round. We definitely should have a wrong answers only.
Yeah.
Well, either way, this one may need some refereeing, but we'll see. So that was SCO. As to my knowledge, the only module with frameshift drive brackets and something in it is
Oh, the
SCO.
brackets were. Oh, the brackets were part of it. Ah.
Yeah, there is frameshift drive interdictor is a module without brackets. So I don't.
That was what I. That's what I thought I had got, but then obviously the brackets, when I saw the next question, weren't in it. So yeah, okay, right.
Although if it was Guardian FSD blank, then we probably would need a referee on that for fourth answer there. In any case, it's a cytoscrambler burst laser.
Yes, because it goes purity pew.
Yes, well, it's got 8. I think it's got 8 rather than 3, but either way, it's its base type is a burst laser, and all the engineering of burst lasers apply to it. And the full module name is cytoscrambler burst laser.
Woohoo!
And it is a shutdown field neutralizer. Some people were really quick on this one, so well done. Thargoid is close. There is the Thargoid pulse neutralizer, which is the newer one for accessing the Titans. But it's shut
Can
down.
you can't actually use that anymore, or you can? Yeah, you can.
No, you can. No, you totally can. So it also works. It does also stop the shutdown field as well, although it uses a lot more cis energy to do so.
We definitely should fire up one of the old Thargoid sites as like a theme park, so you can go and play.
Well, I mean, the spy sites are still there. And it's
No, I
not
was
as if
thinking
you
more
can-
the Titan. You know.
well,
Cositus World.
Yeah, we need Titan World, where we can go and play
Yeah.
play with a defunct Titan when it does all the things apart from kills you. It can yeet you still, that kind of thing, you know.
yeah. In any case,
Round two.
is engineer greetings. This is probably a bit of a guess round, but some of the blanks were in quite funny places, so I just had to do it.
Right.
Phrase 1. You're a true what? Felicity Farsier.
Oh, is this wrong answers only?
I think it might be.
Oh, I don't know. You know, is she a religious nut? I can't even think. It's been so long since I first went to see
Although-
her.
Yeah, it's a bit of a hint then. Thinking about what Felicity Farsier is, or does,
She's an
is
engineer.
indeed.
Um,
Well, everyone in this round is an engineer at least, yeah.
yeah. I'm taking a punt on that one.
Yep.
You're a true for one offer at Sainsbury's.
Hey. Bador?
button.
Detonation in
You had
10
forgotten something.
seconds.
Greeting 2. My benefactor and I appreciate your contributions to my what? Hirotani.
Expanding waistline?
That was my first thought. Sort of rotund,
Bottom.
bulging mass here.
Headache?
Bank account.
Bank account, yes.
Pension fund.
Which one is Hirotani? Can you describe what she looks like?
Kind of thin-ish.
2 eyes, a nose, hair on top.
Comes from Kuamaki, I think. Does power plants all the way to grade 5, unlike Marco Quent.
Was she the one over at the,
Imperial.
the
yeah.
whole place?
No. The whole, no, I don't think so.
Isn't Hirotani?
Oh yeah. That is it. The Jet's hole.
Isn't she
Yeah.
something? Oh, Jet's hole. Yes, that's something.
For a moment, I was thinking of Black Hide, which I think is the Dwellers.
Yeah.
I'm just trying
Gonna
to
have
remember
to hurry you.
Detonation in 10 seconds.
I think my answer's probably a bit controversial. But anyway.
That was my thought though.
Oh right, you spotted my one, did you?
And greeting 3. Make sure you're not what on the way out. The Dweller.
I mean, wrong answer's only a beat. Is he
Taking
the-
short.
I was going to say, is he the onion head dude?
He does grow. Yes, he does grow onion head. That's true.
So there's a lot of answers you could give here related to that. It's caught and searched. It's, I mean, there's obvious ones and there's funny ones, but you know, it's not going to be a funny one.
I haven't had a clue on any of the three of
He's-
them, so
The Dweller is Black Hide, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, I've no idea. I think you're going to have to go with some, adjudicated VAR answers on these ones. Okay,
Yeah,
then
yeah.
I've got something in.
Yep.
Yep.
Detonation
Yeah, I
in
think most
10
people do.
seconds.
I picked the boring answer. This one.
And we have for Felicity Farseer. You're a true explorer, says Felicity Farseer to Commanders.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
Oh, very good on that one. Hirotani. It's I went with I laughed at lung cancer, and I also accepted research and workshop, which was functionally the same thing.
Well,
but it's
she needs
contributions
cigars,
to my work.
yes.
She does need Comitra cigars, yes. So
And an
that's why I
awful
quite
lot of
like
them.
mine.
If everybody's given her 50 Comitra cigars, and let's say, I don't know, 1 million people, that's 50
Yeah,
million
that's the,
cigars she's got.
Yeah, the medical insurance, fraudulent medical insurance claims was my original thought when I made that one. And the Dweller. It's make sure
So
you're
it
not
is.
scanned.
I thought
on
if
the way
he's
out.
selling Onion Head on the QT, then yes, searched or stop and search or scan. I was going to do that one. No, attacked was the, yeah. You're not
I
scanned.
prefer my option with hit by the door.
Yes. The revolving door.
Again, that was exactly what I was thinking when I when I made that one. And as foreshadowed earlier, round 3 is the Kovas. So Kovas
I might
phrase
have to recuse myself from this one. But anyway,
If one of them says detonation in blank seconds,
I guarantee there is none of them say detonation in blank seconds. So we're not. So the first one, the first Kovas phrase with a missing part of it. What signature restored?
Well, I've actually recorded all of these in the studio.
Well, just put what you would do even if you hadn't, and just put not before it.
No, I'm just Okay, yeah, I'll pretend I don't. Okay, right.
Detonation in 10 seconds.
Kovas phrase 2. Detonation in what?
Now, are you going to cut it off before? You see? Is anybody that quick?
Detonation in 10 seconds.
That wasn't much time.
I was giving them a hint. It's not the actual answer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but now you should have got that. That's going to count. Yeah.
Wait, was that the actual one? I can't
Yeah,
remember
that
if
is
you
now.
did
Yeah,
the
go
hint or
on.
not.
Go with that one. If you haven't got it now, then you're never getting it. Yep.
That's what the panel says. And Kovas phrase 3. What?
And the same to you.
Detonation in 10 seconds.
Because I think people are still thinking about this one.
Mm-hmm.
In that case, they can have a few more seconds.
Doesn't make any difference to me.
Okay, that was so. While you were,
I've got this one bound to a particularly bad button on my joystick, and I hear it at very inopportune times.
so while you were hurrying people with the sound, a few more came in, so I think we're good now.
Detonation in 10 seconds.
I just thought of it.
Yo!
Oh.
Are we going to go back just for Flossy?
Do you want to go back just for Flossy? Do you want to go back?
Yeah,
Just for
go
Flossy?
on.
Okay, there we go, Flossy.
It's don't forget to switch the lights.
There we go. Right, that's it. Okay, so Kovas phrase 1. Thermal signature restored. So this is what happens when you disable silent running. So heat was pretty close.
Never enable it.
I'm sure there are commanders who never enabled silent running. But Kovas phrase 2 was detonation in 10 seconds. See, that was a sneaky one. There were 2 words in that one.
Detonation in 10 seconds.
Well, given that it was played before it got cut off, anybody here, the 12% of you that got that wrong.
And phrase 3 was flight assist off. And if I can find a thing, we can see
Drum roll.
what were the scores.
Who's got the drum roll? Somebody must have a drum roll.
Yep, too late. I found it. In number 1, Naughty Spice with 20 points. Well done. And we have joint second, we have Radicoida 8008ica and Non-Jobless Man with 19 points. For joint second. So very good. And well done, everyone.
Woohoo! I know Commander Aiden's definitely been in the chat, so we're just working out which one's Commander Aiden. Anyway, congratulations, everybody, and thank you very much. I think we're definitely going to need to do a wrong answers only.
Yeah.
And then have to take panel decisions on these ones.
Okay.
For a future episode. But no, good quiz, good round. Thank you very much. Right. So we've got only one more segment of the show left for this week, which is about right, considering it's 10 to 10, which means it's just about time, if she's ready, to go over to Flossy with the CG News. Flossy, are you ready with your CG News?
I am ready.
Do we have
yes.
pictures for the CG News?
Yes, there are pictures.
Bother, because I hadn't programmed them yet. I'm going to program them really quickly while the music's playing, okay?
Okay.
All right. Here's Flossy's intro tune.
When the universe is in trouble, bug infestations in the bubble, your home station's burned rubble. What on earth can we do when your faction leader's a dog and your daily tasks are a slog? You're feeling like a used cog. What on earth can we do now? Interstellar initiatives. Let Flossy tell you what it is. Then you can get involved with this. You should listen to what Flossy says. Interstellar initiatives. Flossy tells us what she thinks it is. Then you can get involved with this. Now you should listen to what Flossy says. Listen to what Flossy says. What on earth can we do? Do what Flossy tells you to. What if she talks nonsense? Interstellar initiatives. Let Flossy tell you what it is. Then you can get involved with this. You should listen to what Flossy said. Now we heard what Flossy said. We can put this matter to bed. Just keep her voice in your head. Flossy told you what to do.
Hello, Flossy here with this week's CG News. Well, there was a new CG last week that I was eager to tell you about, but the show didn't happen. And now it's over. Anyway, it was Radicoida Unica Seed Pod Recovery Initiative. October Consortium has confirmed that Radicoida unica, the enigmatic floral found exclusively within HIP 87621, has entered an active reproductive phase. October Consortium has issued a call for the collection and delivery of the active seed pods to undergo detailed analysis and biochemical synthesis to better understand their unique properties. Independent pilots could support this initiative by first signing up at any station with a mission board before gathering seed pods of the newly discovered flora at biological sites located on several bodies of the HIP 87621 system. These seed pods, must then be handed into the research contact at Exogene Sciences. Pilots are advised to exercise caution as all planets inhabited by this unusual species experience extreme daytime surface temperatures. Pilots who gather at least one seed pod sample will receive the following rewards: Maverick Rescuer Teal Suit Pack, and credits depending on success tier achieved and individual contribution level. Pilots in the top 75% and above of contributions will receive a Grade 5 Maverick suit with improved damage resistance, battery capacity, backpack capacity and ammo capacity. The campaign began on the 2nd of April and was expected to run for 2 weeks. However, it proved to be extremely popular, and by Friday evening it had been extended twice, raising the tiers from 6 to 7 and then later from 7 to 9. By Sunday evening it was clear it would be ending very soon unless there was a further extension. Unfortunately there wasn't, and the CG finished at around 12:40 UTC on Monday. To be eligible for rewards, you have to first register at any mission board and start all that Exogenes assigned to Starport in HIP 87621 before collecting seed pod samples from Radicoida Unica on several bodies within that system. There was 2,500,051 units collected by 7,763 contributors. Yeah, this CG was a lot of fun. It's a shame it did not continue longer. And there's no new CGs this week, as it should have been the second week of this one. That's it for this week, Joe.
Well, you sort of didn't tell us what to do, because there was nothing to do, because we missed it. Oh, well. That's, yeah. I mean, it was...
I enjoyed it.
Did you get your spacesuit?
I haven't got it yet. I don't think anybody's got it. Although apparently Galnet said they have got them. I haven't. I've looked.
Well, it said rewards are available at the port, which I think
it was. Yeah, it's just the cash. Yeah,
you just turn it in for the
but
credits.
No suits, no paint jobs for the suits. Nothing.
Right.
So,
Are the rumours true that the eggs were indeed made of chocolate?
I don't know. I didn't try them.
You did not lick. Oh, do not lick the exobiology, okay?
I did get slightly blown up at one point. I
just slightly.
Accidentally took out my rocket launcher instead of my pistol.
You
Fired
rocket
it
launched.
point blank at this pod.
You rocket launched a Radicoida Unica seed.
And I sort of,
I'm sure there's a gag there about scrambled.
I actually heard my character cry out in pain. It was really funny.
No shit.
Yeah. He went, ah! As I got blown backwards.
I was about to say the L6 was actually quite effective at freeing the seeds, but not quite at point blank.
Yeah, not at close range. No, that's not quite what it's
also
designed for.
I don't know how quick you are with queuing up images, but I dropped one from the forum earlier in the week.
Right.
Which it kind of answers the question about what they're made of.
Hang on a second. I'm just... Where did you drop it? Sorry, in Banter Media?
In the Studio 6 chat.
Oh, right. So it's not on ONT server. Let's have a quick look. I might have to... do that. Oh, yes, yeah. I remember seeing this image. So let's... yeah, hang on a second. It just looks rude to me. But anyway...
I think they should be titled Cough.
Yes, cough, please, sir. New from Italy Wise and Sons, plus my daughters, space eggs. Let me just save that one then. I'm just going to save it down here in Banter Media. Eggy, there we are. Save that one. Go here.
Yeah, this one coming out to us from Lavinia's Legion, apparently.
From where?
Lavinia's Legion. That's what the LLV tag means.
All right, okay. There we go. Do that one. Kapow! Oh no, it's too big. It's.
Oh yeah, it was quite big. You have to scale it to the. Or scroll it, I suppose.
There we go. There we go. The
Yes.
LLV negotiator.
So yes, they are actually indeed chocolate Easter eggs.
And those ones, either that person's got really big hands, or those aren't ripe.
You could have just been sucking on them for a really long time.
Well, not.
Or they shrink in atmosphere.
Or in the cold.
Yes. Do your eggs look this veiny? Okay, right. And on that note, I suppose we ought to get towards the end of the show-ish slightly. Now, at this point of the show, we tend to go and raid somebody. Who needs raiding? And we're going to play the credits in a minute, and hopefully they will work and don't go at 5,000 times the speed. So let's have a look through who we are going to go and raid. I've got a Nikon in space.
Mm-hmm. Very low on viewers, people.
Yeah, Radio Raxler. I was just playing music. I know that because I know the team behind Radio Raxler. I don't know what I'm doing with one viewer and a frog.
Oh.
Bandwidth 777. Well, I mean,
a frog, you say?
That makes two of us. So I think we should go and raid that one. Bandwidth 777. Okay, so we're getting towards the end of the show. Thank you very much, all the presenters, for coming and joining me. Thank you for those of you who submitted articles. Don't forget, you can always give us articles over in the Hutton Discord, or ideas for articles if something interesting happened to you on the way to Beagle Point, etc. So, you can always drop by and say, oh, I thought of something. What if goldfish bowls were able to be done without bowls, like we did this evening? Other than that, we are going to be back next week. We probably won't have any news yet on operations yet. Maybe, probably. But if we do, we will be sure to let you know. I was just glancing over, because Taryn's been in what the situation was. We didn't really update everybody, by the way, before we left last time on all the things we won or lost.
Well, I was there for every day of that war in WISE 0855-071.
Which we have reclaimed the system. So we reclaimed it on the 28th.
I know. Yes, it was every day after, at least after that show. I'm pretty sure Hutton won. And I checked again on Sunday, and whatever truckers had got that system right back to 60%, that was pretty quick.
Yep. AU Microscopy E, the election has been won. And the next one we were targeting was Ross 671, which is next on the list, I think, according to Taran 4295. Ross 671, we're looking to take this one back. Trade and exploration to ports of call that we own, Watson Port. Now, that was a couple of days ago. That was on the first of the month, so that was 8 days ago. So I don't know what state that's in at the moment. So I'm just going to quickly glance at that on our systems, and it says over in Ross 671 nothing. Oh, here we go. It still says nothing. Why is it not finding? Have we deleted the system? Ross 671. Here we go. Star system and overview. Hutton Orbital Truckers Cooperative are currently sitting at 24.7%. The Hyrox Blue Energy Corporation are sitting at 29.4%.
All right, so get them into a war then.
Yeah, and I'm just having a look for anything going on in there. Where's the right button? The expansion targets power play.
Wait, was that? Did you say Ross 671? Like, which system was that?
Ross 671.
I'll just send the carrier over there so I remember.
Yeah, so on the 1st of March, the Hyrox Blue Energy Corporation took it off us, and we plummeted all the way down to 19.5%, and then we got into a war with Ross 671 Interstellar. Now we've crept back up from 19.5% to 24.7%, and Hyrox Blue Energy Corporation are now 29.4%. So we need 2% more influence there. Which apparently we can get by doing things for us over at Watson Port, which we still own, which is an Acela starport 12 light seconds from arrival. So yeah, you can pop to Watson Port and do trade, exploration,
Do
data,
things.
that kind of thing. Yeah,
Get
do
it
things.
into. Is it a war? Will it be a war or an election?
I don't know what kind of faction they
We'll
are.
see. Well, try and get it into a war, and I'll see what I can do from there.
Hyrox Blue Energy Corporation, they're corporate government.
Okay, that
War.
should be a war then. Yeah.
And obviously Hutton aren't corporate.
It's a cooperative. Yeah.
Yeah. So it could be a war. I'm just trying to see what the
Should be.
last one was. The last one was it was war, yeah. So when they took it off us, it was war.
Suits me.
Yep, so there we go. BGS stuff. I think Taran4295 says, yes, go do stuff. If you want to find out more about what the sort of message of the day is on that one, don't forget to pop to the Hutton Discord. There is a BGS briefing channel where Commander Taran4295 and Snuggles McKeague occasionally pop up things we need to do. And I don't know about Stein 2051 or what's supposed to be going on in there, but it's too complicated. Ross 671 is the only place you need to be right now. And on that note, I think it's time for all of us to say, for the mug.
For the mug.
For the mug!
Oh my goodness, ouch. Yes, no warnings. Okay, for the mug.
No journey too long and no cargo too small. The profit margins never really mattered at all. We're gonna take the cargo where it's needed today. Super cruising all across the Milky Way. We'll take anything, anytime, anywhere. Loading up the T-9s to the brim with grain. For the mug, yeah, you know just where we're coming from. For the mug, now everybody sing the Hutton Trucker song. For the mug. Flossy always seems to crash into the sun. Swivel likes the pilot on the Xbox One. Alvin at the front, you know he leads us well. Trucking across the galaxy, now everybody yell. For the mug, yeah, you know just where we're coming from. For the mug, now everybody sing the Hutton Trucker song. For the mug, yeah, you know just where we're coming from. For the mug, now everybody sing the Hutton Trucker song. Give me a launch pad that I can land on, and I'll give you my cargo and sing you my song. No part 22 light years to go. Cruising to Hutton, whoa, whoa, whoa. No journey too long and no cargo too small. The profit margins never really mattered at all. We're gonna take the cargo where it's needed today. Super cruising all across the Milky Way. We'll take anything, anytime, anywhere. So shout it out loud like you don't even care. For the mug, yeah, you know just where we're coming from. For the mug, now everybody sing the Hutton Trucker song. For the mug, yeah, you know just where we're coming from. For the mug, now everybody sing the Hutton Trucker song.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's the end of the show. Everyone's buggered off now, so why don't you bugger off too?